Yeah, I'm all set for this. Hello,
Yeah.
everybody.
Hey, Professor Spike. This is Dr. Shane, Professor Spike, streaming live from Long Island, New York, and a very nice, comfortable summer's day. Not a very nice day on Wall Street, though.
No, I mean, I think we sort of expected it.
Remember, there was one show I said I'm waiting for KRE to get up to a certain level before I short it. The
Uh huh.
very next day, Moody's came out with its downgrade of all the regional banks, and the KRE has not gone up since.
Really.
Yeah.
So, once again, well, I mean, yeah, I guess they were saying that, Fitch was saying that some of the, not just the small banks, but some of the big banks are on the chopping block for them in
I
terms of
wonder
ratings.
how I wonder how I get rid of the Dr. J and Friends and Talking Stocks. I was playing with it. I can't get rid of it now.
Yeah, it is.
So I'll let you handle any charting that you may want to do. I'm not really
Yeah.
in the mood.
No. I'll try a couple things just to see. I mean,
You,
obviously, like today
you, I must confess, I sold my U,
oh, you sold.
but I intend buying it back maybe now.
Well, did you
Uh,
lose? Did the price change since you bailed?
yeah, it's lower by a few 2-3 points where I sold it, and it's sitting on the 50.
Uh-huh.
So it found support. It's just a question of whether I believe in this correction or don't believe in it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that if we're going to have further sell off. Maybe this could be the big sell off.
Yeah. Well, this could be that little respite that we were all talking about.
It could be anything. It could be the beginning of the end. An Elliott wave theory. We've been in a wave 2 up, and we could be entering a wave 3 down to finish the correction from the major waves. In which case, I would take us down below the SPY 348.
Well, let's look at the SPY. I'm going to put up the SPY so that we can see them.
I mean, this is really driving me crazy. If I leave and come back, will it go away?
Nope.
No.
No, you had it set for the session. All right. So this is the spiders for 1 year.
I
And
know.
you're right. We're over here. We came off this high. It looks like getting pretty close to that bounce. Maybe I should try to focus on that a little bit. Let's just take a look at that.
Well, Professor Omar's has an interesting theory. He thinks if we bounce back to fill the gap on the SPY, we'll definitely
Over here, this one.
Yeah, that little gap.
Uh,
About 386. That little green arrow.
I can read these.
I think it's 386.
486.
What 4? I mean 480. 480 what?
I see 442 to 480.
480 something. To the right.
I probably that because in order for me to fit this on the screen, I can't.
Three candles to the right of the red one.
3 candles. Oh, this one here.
The little one, yeah. Where did it close at?
I'm gonna have to go here so I can see it better. There we go. Oh, that doesn't help any. Somebody with eyes can see what that is. Because while I'm presenting,
Professor Omar is my chart guru.
right?
We don't always agree, but he's got interesting theories.
He's the one you learned from. Oops, let me go this way. Now I can read him better. All right. So this one here.
Yeah, right there.
456.
The close.
The close was 456.48 on this one.
All
All
right.
right. I thought you were talking about this gap back in here. These gaps here.
So that's what he's talking about, 456. He says if we get back there, it's going to make new highs. But I'm telling you, it's conceivable that this could be the beginning of a major correction, of a major move down. It's not inconceivable. What would cause that, I don't know. I mean, fundamentally, I don't know.
Well, Heath is here. Stop by to say hello.
Hey, Heath.
Hope you're doing well too. We're doing fine.
By the way, we've had a run on Dr. J t-shirts.
Do we really?
Yeah.
That's hysterical.
Yeah, because we all wore ours the other day. People, my friend Andy from down the block even bought one. I'm going to put the address. store.stokpiks store.stockpiks.com, right?
Yep.
.com.
And they could look at how horrible our prognostications were from the beginning of the year.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been updating it, but I haven't been updating the website. But this will take you directly to the store. So when I say I got to run, don't get too excited. I got 3 people bought.
It's bigger than zero.
Yeah. Last time I mentioned it, which was when I first did it, there were also 3, but it doesn't really count as 3 because I was one of those 3. So altogether, outside of us guys, us guys, 5 other people have Dr. J shirts.
Nice.
And it's really a great shirt. I wouldn't talk about it if it wasn't. I don't make any real money on it. It's just
very comfortable.
It's just a great shirt. So I believe you is a great buy because of the Vision Pro.
All right. Well, certainly based on the first time you were talking about it to now, I'll put you up right now. We're at bargain prices.
It's one that I intend to average down on. I sold earlier just because of the chart, but now I'm going to start slowly getting back in. Maybe not so slowly. I don't know.
We're not showing you typical.
The 50. It hit the 50 and bounced off, or maybe at 100. I don't know. I don't know what line is what.
Just touched it.
Is that the 50 for you?
I believe so.
Because I have different colors, you know.
That's this is actually my 100.
Then that's what it is.
It's my 100.
It hit one of the moving averages and looks like support. And the thing is, the Vision Pro, I think, is being underestimated. So I think
the Apple product.
I'm adding Apple.
Well, nobody's seen it yet. They talked about it, and then that was that.
Nobody's talking about it.
Well, they talked about it originally.
Yeah, but now they're talking like it's 3 years away. Maybe it is. I don't know.
All right. Well, so we'll put this U in the U bank.
I'm not so sure that it's 3 years away.
It's hard to believe that somebody would announce something like this and not put it out almost next cycle or the cycle after.
I think a year from now you're going to see a lot of products sold. And Apple is a great buy on any dip.
All right, let's take a look at Apple for a second.
Along with you. I know there's a million you songs. So
yes.
You got to buy you.
You made me love you.
Yeah, you made me love you. I didn't want to do it.
That's what, you know.
All kinds of you songs.
So this is Apple. So we're sort of in the bargain basement for Apple too, relatively speaking.
Relatively, it's a nice pullback.
And let me go back. I'm just going to go 2 years just to give some perspective.
It's had an amazing run, but it's not a parabolic run. It's
No,
orderly.
very linear. So if we take the middle of that, that would be around here,
It's a nice orderly run.
which is at
I
this high.
I don't think we're going to pull all the way back to the middle of that run. I think
171. We're at 177 now.
but maybe a little below. Maybe a little more to go. Maybe.
Gotcha.
Nvidia is going to give everything a boost in the arm.
Yeah, well, what did they say that what some country was buying all the Nvidia that's available?
Even Morgan Stanley is rating it a buy. Strong buy. Before earnings, they said buy Nvidia before earnings, and they're negative just about everything you can think of.
It's funny.
Even with the mea culpa by Mike Wilson, they're extremely.
Right. His mea culpa was just mea.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed the run.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's still going down.
Yeah. So, sorry I missed the run before the inevitable drop.
Right. It's gonna go to the 200-day moving average at least. That's what he said.
Yeah. Well, that was back at the S&P. This is still.
What is that? 402.
Let me go back to the SPY.
I think it was 402. So he's of the opinion it's going down. There was a wealth management dude from Morgan Stanley on CNBC an hour ago.
Uh-huh.
He was pissed negative.
Really?
Yeah. Basically, don't put your money to work in the market. Not yet. He didn't say short it, but don't put your money to work.
Yeah, well, I guess people are expecting some sort of reversion to the mean.
I think Morgan Stanley is expecting a lot worse than that.
Well, if you go to the 200, that's way down here.
Kathy Wood is talking negative.
She is?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Talking, recession, depression, deflation, all kinds of crazy talk. She didn't say. I'm
sure she didn't say depression.
She didn't say depression, but she said deflation, recession.
Deflation is an interesting notion.
Yeah, especially since the retail sales are pointing to a vibrant economy.
Right.
And I don't see any deflation. They still charge $1 an egg in the supermarket.
Yeah, and not only that, but the Fed is still talking about the potential of raising on the next one.
Cash carry is very hawkish. There's
hawkish?
a bunch of them that are still hawkish.
Hawkish meaning bullish? Hawkish meaning that they're going to want to raise rates. Yeah,
raise rates.
Because they're saying, well, it stayed the same, but didn't go down. Like, come on. I mean, if they're really gonna aim for 2% inflation, they may very well just overshoot and go to deflation, like Kathy's saying.
An analyst from, let me see, John Hancock, maybe. I don't remember. Some woman analyst was also pretty negative, talking about the usual BS, basically negative. A lot of people are still very negative, which makes me a little more positive.
Right. It hasn't passed the cab driver test yet.
Right. It's not everybody and their brother that's bullish. But up until this little pullback of 5% or so, everyone was bullish. Now it's changing already. It's like I'm going to quote Fats Domino. It's like the wind in the willow blades. Goes either way. Do you remember? Do you know what song that's from? The wind.
Larry Hill.
Right. You know your songs. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. This was IWM. I just wanted to see if the broader market was showing the same pessimism.
IWM's has been in this dreck.
Well, I mean, remember we were talking about it in the run in the 175 area, and so it's actually had a nice run since then. I think you got in around this time. You're just losing your latest profit.
IWM, you might as well buy a Dunkin'. You know what a Dunkin' is?
No, I do not.
A yo-yo.
Oh, a Dunkin', right?
Yeah.
Yes, I remember Dunkin'.
DUNCAN.
Yes.
You can walk. You can walk the dog with it.
Right.
You can go up and down.
The Dunkin' yo-yo, and you could do the carriage and the dog and the
Remember, you can go around the world.
Around the world, right?
They don't make Dunkins the way they used to.
I don't think they make them anymore at all.
They do.
They do. You had to put a slip knot in,
but it doesn't work as well.
Yeah, it never really did. I used to bang myself in the face all the time with those.
So take a look at KRE. Take a look at PNC. Take a look at the USB. I want to short them real bad, but I don't short.
I'll do USB because USB is on your list.
I really don't short, but I really want to short them.
Oh my God! People see that? I'm trying to.
I want to short this one.
You want to be a short.
I really, the greatest fear I have of the market collapsing is being led by the regional banks failing one after another, like dominoes.
Like
if it gets out of hand, I mean,
the days domino.
If it gets out of hand, we could have one of those deflationary depressions.
Well, is it going to be caused by the Fed or is it going to be caused by social unrest?
Caused by the Fed.
Caused by the Fed.
You keep on creating this disparity between what money can earn elsewhere or the regional banks.
Yeah,
that's the greatest cause of it. But PNC and USB both look shortable. And KRE looks shortable, all three of them. And pick one at random, PNC is down big time off the highs.
Let's look at PNC next.
PNC is my most likely next bank to fail.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a darn shame.
Of course, my opinions are strictly my own, not investment advice. So are yours. Right. Check with an advisor before acting. But I haven't shorted anything in so many years. I almost forgot how to do it.
I never did it.
So I'm not from the shorters. I could buy some puts, maybe. I don't know.
So you're really thinking? Oh, well, we're on a downward trend here. This is PNC. Yeah, this is not looking good. You're right.
Looks horrible to me. Today is an ugly candle. I think the banks can lead the market much lower, possibly. That's my greatest fear for what could lead the market lower.
Now, if the banks,
it's just not being talked about.
Will the FANGs follow the banks, or will the FANGs work independently from the banks?
What's that?
The FANGs.
Did they keep their money in the regional banks? No.
No, I'm asking: is there a correlation between how the stock from a bank performs and how the FANG stocks will perform?
Well, the tech.
Will we be immune? Is my question. Will we be immune?
Microsoft has more money than the U.S. government, don't they? So I don't think they're going to be hurting that way. Put it to this way: they're not in any danger of folding. None of them.
Right. So I'm saying, are they vulnerable to the Fed activity because they have so much money?
Well, the higher the interest rates go, the worse the tech environment in general, and the higher the inflation, then money is cheaper. It's not good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't think, but they managed to do well anyway with this inflationary environment. Because where are you going to put your money? You got to put it somewhere.
Well,
It's either put them in
clean water.
you could put them in 2-year bonds.
Yeah, that's if you want to match inflation.
Yeah, you get 5. What do you? It's over 5 now.
Is it?
I believe so.
Yeah, last I looked, it was
And
the
I
high.
think that isn't the 10-year about 4.2?
Yes, the 10-year
Both
is well in the fours.
both might be places to go. Maybe. I don't know. It depends on what you think. Do you think the Fed is done? Maybe
No,
it's
I think I'm just thinking. No matter what's going to happen, 4% might stink now, but 4% is going to look pretty nice about 2 or 3 years from now.
yeah. So therefore, you load up on 10-year bonds and you sell them 2-3 years from now and move back into the market.
That makes sense.
You
So
you
sell
make
them
a
dirty,
nice
buy the
you make a nice gain on your principal.
buy the tens and sell them dirty.
Yeah, and if you think the rates will go from 4.2 to 3.4, you're going to make a lot of money.
Well, if you look at the yield curve, that's what everybody's thinking.
Well, are you with everybody on that?
It's just a question of making money on that.
Are you with everybody on that?
I am. That's why I think the 2-year is still higher. That's why I think we still have an inversion.
Yeah.
And
Andrew likes the floating thing.
yeah, he does.
I don't like the floating thing. I don't want
We won't put it on next time.
Yeah, it gives me a headache. So in summary, what I'm thinking of doing,
I didn't do KRE yet. If you want to show
what I'm
it to me.
thinking of doing is shorting banks like PNC, maybe KRE. If I do it, I guess I do it with puts.
Who is KRE? KRE that's the ETF
ETF
for the regional banks or
for the regional banks.
Okay, so well,
It's that support, right?
It certainly is. It keeps moving, but I'll keep following it along.
It's at one of your moving averages. I don't know which one.
The purple one.
That's the 100, maybe.
That's the 9. Believe it or not.
The 9. Okay, I believe it. So it's in other words, it's below the 200, below the 100, below the 50.
Yeah, I mean, you stopped doing the 9, but I never did.
No, it's a nice average to look at because it gives you an idea of what's really current. I like it, the 9 or the 12, either one. A lot of people use the 20 to determine whether they're still in a bull market. If it's above the 20, I like the 12 or the 9, something smaller.
Right. Well, it just gives you the basic. It just takes a bit of the noise out.
But this is below all the major moving averages.
It is all the major ones, right?
So it might be a good short here.
Well, it certainly would have been about a couple months ago, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about shorting this a while.
I think this came out during the fallout with those other banks, right?
Yeah.
That's around here.
Well, I don't know what it means that the rating agency is talking about lowering ratings on bank stocks. Fitch. How do they talk?
They weren't even talking about the regional banks. They were talking about the real banks.
Right, but no, they were talking about the U.S. Federal Bank.
Yeah.
They lowered it from AAA to AA plus, but now they want to follow Moody's and lower the banks.
But like I said, not just the regionals.
I mean, not just the regional. Yeah.
So they're actually targeting almost everybody.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, you're right. The regional is going to take the hit way worse than anyone else's.
If Fitch lowers and they're joined by S&P Global, I don't. It's like almost like the rating agencies are trying to do us in.
Well, if the Fed won't get you, the rating agencies will.
Yeah, no, I'm really. I have a lot of fears. I'm paranoid, but it's a little bit when it comes to the market. It's my paranoia is like this. If everybody's in, time to sell. That's my paranoia.
Right.
So don't go by me necessarily, because that's not necessarily true. But
So
I think the market has a crooked aspect to it to hurt as many people as possible. Adam Koo always says that. Did you ever listen to Adam Koo?
no.
I recommend him at least once or twice to listen to him. He's got good ideas, but like anything else, he repeats himself about over and over again about 1,000 times.
Hmm.
But he's of all the commentators on financial markets, I like him probably the best. He's, I think, honest.
Is he on? Is he on CNBC or is he
He's just on YouTube.
on YouTube? Okay.
KHOO. He's a competitor. I shouldn't be plugging competitors.
Oh,
No, I like him. I told you who I didn't like. The guy that gets on my nerves. He's on all the time. Maybe that's the reason. I can't watch him. I tried a couple of times. He's just
I barely watch Us.
Meet Kevin. That's the guy.
Okay, but I barely watch Us. Let alone
He seems like a decent enough guy and knowledgeable enough, but the show is just like more boring than ours, you know.
Really?
And the only thing is he talks so fast that you think it's not so boring.
Right, because you're trying to catch up.
I talk slow, so it sounds more boring.
Yeah, well, actually, when I rewatched the show, I put it at 1.25, so you don't sound slow at all.
Yeah. So the bottom line is we got to wait for Nvidia to bail out the market and hope that Fitch doesn't come in with a downgrade on the banks.
Now, how come AMD is not following Nvidia?
They had a pop the other day, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, because it's one would have thought they were in the same industry and people used to talk about them in the same breaths, but this is AMD.
Yeah, it's not as good a shot, but it's not a bad shot.
No, but well, let me put Nvidia then, just to compare it.
No, nothing compares to Nvidia.
No, I know nothing compares to you.
The thing is, Nvidia is the Cadillac, what used to be called the Cadillac of all chip stocks. Now it would be the Tesla of all chip stocks.
Yeah, look at this.
What expression substitutes for the Cadillac now?
For Cadillac, you're right. It must be the Tesla.
The Tesla Model S.
Well, certainly not the Humvee.
Yeah.
The Tesla.
Tesla's lowering, keeps lowering.
He's lowering his price. Well, he's giving a price option.
Elon keeps lowering the price of his cars.
Well, you know,
cutting his own margins. If Tesla is nothing but making more margins than the traditional car maker, then they'll be a traditional car maker, not worth trading where they are. You follow my reasoning?
Unless he corners the market on batteries, which is what everybody's thinking too.
And AI.
Self-driving.
AI.
So if he ends up, it'll be like, well, it'll be one of those things where, remember how we used to think of Amazon as being a bookseller?
Yeah.
We don't anymore. It's like, oh yeah, Tesla used to sell cars. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Now they sell Optimuses.
Now they sell flights to Mars.
What's the plural of an Optimus?
I would say Optimi.
Optimi. Like octopi. What would tempt you to buy an Optimus? To do what?
What is an Optimus? That's one of the
Optimus is his robot. His smart.
Oh, his robot. Oh, please. Not like that freaky Honda dog.
Optimus is going to do everything. Clean, make you dinner, give you a massage.
I'd rather use apes and let
What? Let's say you had an intelligent robot. Would you want one around?
No. Oh, how pretty is she?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, you got to find industrial uses. Keep it at that. I mean, I think of the movie Westworld with Yul Brynner.
I know, but I mean that's what I'm saying. I keep on thinking about what made the printing press so popular. I don't think it was words. I think it was pictures.
But Elon has got trouble with China. He's got to keep lowering the price in order to sell cars in China.
Speaking of which, did you see how big a hit all the Chinese car companies took?
I told you.
Yeah, I know. I stayed in Neo a day too
Stay,
long.
stay the hell away from China. I told you that.
Well, I went back into Neo thinking things are going to work. I'm going to show that one just for a sec. For talking. And since I got
We have enough potential losing stocks here. We don't have to go to China.
Yeah, no. I mean, so look, I got in on this little upswing, but then I think
So the bottom line, if it doesn't go up, it's going to go down. If it doesn't go down, it'll probably go up.
Oh, you mean yeah, the S&P? I'd say that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, one way or the other, it's not going to stay where it is for much longer.
No, it's not.
That's one thing you could be pretty certain about, except the IWM. That's your Duncan stock.
That's your Duncan Yo-Yo.
We're in a loop, so we're going to end it right here. Thanks for coming, everybody. Ciao.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.